What's up guys, Sub-Zero here, back for another VOD review. Today, doing a VOD on the new patch, actually, or kind of. This is a VOD review from PvE, which obviously has all the changes of the new patch, but it was played today before the patch actually went live. I really just wanted to hop into the new patch, especially because I'm putting this video out in the evening. It will, by the time this video's out, the patch will be out. If you're in APAC or Australia, if you're in EU, the patch will come out in not too long. And then if you're in NA, usually in the early morning, the patch will drop. So yeah, we're not far off of the patch being out. And so I was like, do I really want to do a VOD on the old patch? Especially I know people are getting a little bit tired of all this 3-star forecast stuff, all of this, send it on level 8 and send it to absolute 0. And this patch had some pretty big changes, the biggest of which I would say is the leveling change. They reverted the change, the 8 extra XP to have to get to level 9, which makes it a lot more doable to do stuff like go, fast 9, or, to not be stuck on level 8 the entire game, which I think will make for a healthier meta. We'll see how this scrim game looks like. Latent Forge, Makeshift, and Water Axiom. Water Axiom, still quite strong, right? I don't believe that they've nerfed this one yet, and it's still very, very solid. We're thinking of playing potentially into a Void start here with the Gwyncer's Rage Blade. I wouldn't mind a Water Axiom here. It's just a solid enough augment here. We do have the extra Teemo rolls, and looks like he's actually looking more at something like Latent Forge. I mean, backup bows is never a bad idea with the Gwyncer's Rage Blade. We're going to get a lot of value out of that. So yeah, it looks like he's just locking in onto that. He's hovering a little bit over Efficient Shopper here, but I don't know. Looks like he's leaning towards backup bows in this spot. Oh, he actually rolls an opposite take Efficient Shopper. Oh, this one actually received a buff where it gives you extra gold, but it doesn't. That's what he was. Oh yeah, it was this patch where this should grant 4 more gold now. And it does, but the tooltip was not updated. Hopefully it's updated on live and it just wasn't updated on PvE, but if not, that's a little bit worrying for clarity. But okay, so he opts to grab Efficient Shopper in this spot here with the extra 4 gold. Gonna allow us to make econ a lot faster, and it's an interesting augment. I always thought of this as maybe like a 2-cost reroll style augment where you would hopefully lost streak, find a good 2-cost off stage 2 carousel. Maybe that promotes you to a 2-star 2-cost, and then get another one ideally off stage 3 carousel after you've spiked, but maybe you're a little bit lower on the HP side. I mean, it makes sense, but we'll see how Broseph wants to play it here. I think with our slams and the fact that we do have this early Void, and I would imagine we will play towards Void, though Gwynceus could play into some stuff, but I don't know if there's any kind of 2-cost reroll that we're really going to play from this. I think we're just going to use it for some extra econ. Best case scenario, you're getting a 3-cost off the carousel, use that for a bunch of gold. I mean, maybe there's a world where you get some kind of 2-star, I guess best case scenario, you find like a random Rek'Sai. Okay, he just typed in his chat. By the way, my head's covering it, but he wrote out / Here, let me jump back for it real quick so you guys can see he did /2 copies from Caro as just a way to put that note on there for him. So he's just using that as kind of a note take. I know people like Sologasong sometimes use the chat to take little notes, and he's doing it in a similar way. That's actually kind of a smart way to just put a backslash there, or no, it's a /. Put a / in there and then write out your note, and then you can just keep that there. And anytime you pull up the chat, you're going to see that. That's kind of smart. Honestly, I've been meaning to learn the Sologasong tech where you're just like constantly kind of like typing in chat, almost like jungle timers if people used to play like League type stuff. I mean, I assume we really want a 3-cost here. That's a lot of juicy value here. Oh, wow. He ends up actually, opting to take the Ash here for the double Ash. Just really wants this chain vest here. So yeah, he doesn't care about that extra 3 gold versus 2 gold here. He'd rather just have the best component here, especially from the perspective of we're on a 3 streak here, right? We can keep a potential 5 streak, so he's not going to grief his items here just to get an extra gold. We could get that gold back by just keeping our streak here and making a Sunfire Slam, though. Should be fine versus this guy. We are clumped up versus Cog, but they're also clumped up versus our Kog'Maw, and we have 5 units versus their 4, so this should be an easy dub here. They also don't have any kind of combat augment here, so yeah, easy win for us there, and we don't have to make the Sunfire Slam just yet, so good fundamentals by Broseph here, just going to ensure that he does not overslam if he doesn't need to. If we need to make the slam to keep a streak, certainly we will make it, but if we don't need to, why would we? So yeah, makes a lot of sense. Also, okay, shout out to Tox WR, who just Toxwer, who just followed me on Twitch. The only reason I saw that is because I have my OBS open to record this video. So thank you for the follow. I would have notifications on, except this is my VOD review scene, so I don't even have the notifications set up. But yeah, I mean, honestly, this is looking like a great spot to play into Void type stuff. Void, not really buffed or nerfed too hard this patch. Received a small nerf to the Rift Herald. That's the only like real thing that impacted this comp. But overall, I would not say it's any kind of huge changes. And if anything, you know, maybe the leveling changes will be a benefit towards this, allowing you to easier go level 9, easier go, you know, potentially level 10. Broseph here scouting his matchups, trying to decide, you know, do I need to early level here to try to preserve streak? He is going to end up early leveling. I mean, it's a lot of value, and he's going to take the continuum cogs. I guess another thing that got changed here is some nerfs to stuff like blast shields. So he'd rather just grab continuum cogs here. I mean, it makes a lot of sense onto a board with a ton of extra frontline. The stat's going to be really, really nice onto Kog'Maw. The opposite, not actually slam the Sunfire. Opposite slam Bramble Redemption here, just because the alternative makes his slams a little bit more awkward. Doesn't get to make the Bramble here, which it looks like he really, really likes in this spot. I don't know how AD heavy the lobby is. We can check again when he scouts. I mean, JL seems like a totally solid option here. I don't really like either of the options too much here. But, you know, Jeweled Lotus means that we can skip out on having JG and just have that spell crit immediately. It's not the biggest spike right now is the only downside, but I don't really think there's much else. Last Second Save is a totally solid augment, especially when we do have 2-star Blitz to play around and a Gwynsus to play around. Not going to be Glass Cannon here. I mean, you would take the rolls here for sure. And he does roll. Pick up the Last Second Save at the last second here. And yeah, you got a pretty chill spot. I guess he did have the opportunity to grab that the ASOL augment, but I don't know how good it actually is in a spot like this. I mean, they did buff ASOL this patch, I believe, so he should be a little bit, yeah, his bonus Stardust actually is buffed up a little bit. And then 475 to 550, 750, 800. Actually, a little bit harder. It's actually kind of is this a nerfed? Oh, no. Bonus true damage scar. Yeah, okay. So yeah. No, these are buffs to his abilities based on Stardust. Okay. Because I was like, really? We're nerfing Hazel? But I don't think it's really going to matter, right? Not like we're going to play him this game. But yeah, Broseph. Good spot overall here, plus me, I guess. That was the 2-for-1. I am getting over a bit of a cold, but I think I'm coming around to the other end of it, so that's good. We unlocked the Rift Herald, and yeah, I mean, the spot is looking fantastic to play into just Void. The real question is, you know, where we are going to go from here. I guess another bow can't hurt here to play into some kind of AP Kaisa type idea. It could be Void Staff. We do get our extra unit off Carousel, which, I mean, doesn't really do all that much here, but it's something. Get to level up here. The kind of funny thing is we don't actually have enough damage items to unlock Kaisa, so yeah, he is going to opt to just remove items to Herald, and yeah, just leave these items onto Kog'Maw. Not going to, on an 8 streak, not going to sack any fight here to unlock Kaisa, because you would rather keep your win streak, and, you know, worst case, if we lose our streak versus somebody like this who does have the Kaisa, then that is life here. And it is Casey Double here who upgraded. Wait, that's kind of woke. She upgraded into Indecision, so now he's gonna get kind of 2 prismatics for the price of 1. Though Indecision 2 was nerfed, I believe, so it's actually kind of a little bit sad, I guess. But yeah, we're gonna continue to sit on this board, but it makes a lot of sense to not. Because, you know, if we moved a tank item down to Kog'Maw, we would have lost that last fight. And we don't need to protect our win streak if we lose our win streak by sacking our board for a round. So, yeah. Oh, and this is pass the ball, I'm sure. So this is actually, I didn't even realize, even more of a stacked lobby from an EU perspective. Playing the Rumble Hero augment and kind of dying. I mean, he did a decent amount of damage, but it looks like pass the ball is not one a fight this game, which is a little bit very sketchy here. Really smart stuff by Broseph here. Just going to throw these items onto Caitlyn to unlock the Kaisa here, with the idea that I don't want to burn Remover here. I can just open sell the Caitlyn next round. It feels a little bit sad just because you would like to keep the Caitlyn, but we got to throw it onto a long shot. This is the best one that we got here, and we don't want to have to waste an extra Remover here. So nice, clean TFT from Broseph here. We're going to pivot back into more of this usually like 4 Void board. I imagine he is. Actually, he's going to play 4 Bruiser for now. I'm not going to worry too much about the 4 Void on this board. Going to finish tank items here. Going to make Steadfast, and this also leaves Void Staff open. Yeah, this is beautiful. Void Staff, a really, really nice item onto Kaisa, and we get that beautiful, end of stage 3, early stage 4 Void Spike, where we're just 2 4 costs here. Everybody else is sitting on not quite 4 costs. So we do end up actually losing the fight. Yeah, rough loss here because it was really, really close here. But okay. Last augment here, Belt Overflow, Component Heist, Giant and Mighty. I mean, Giant and Mighty I feel like is never bad in spots like these. We have most of the items that we need. We do need to get to some Kaisa items at some point here. Is he really hovering Component Heist? Okay, yeah, I mean, he's looking at it. I mean, honestly, I'd probably prefer just Coronation as a Kaisa item and then eventually move stuff over. But if he takes this, yeah, he's really looking at Component Heist here. And Commerce Core, obviously broken last patch, but a lot weaker this patch. Yeah, is finally going to get the 4 Void in on this board and then get the Swain in. So this looks good. Gonna take the Component Heist. Wow, just to guarantee. I mean, we're gonna get our Kaisa item later. We're gonna have, potentially, depending on how fast we can, 9 or even 10, maybe like Baron items later. We'll see where he wants to allocate the rest of these components to. But I mean, Component Heist, it did receive a pretty significant buff, only being 4 rounds now. It's still a while, but when you're in a spot like Broseph's where you have win streak this far, I mean, it is one of the highest value combat augments in the entire game. If you think about, I think items are combat augments, but in terms of just kind of like raw power of what you're getting from an augment, getting that many components from a prismatic augment is just, off the charts in terms of power. The obvious downside is that you have to wait 4 rounds for it. But yeah, Broseph's just saying, we can just kind of chill here. This might even be a skip 8, go to 9 game for Broseph. Say, I'm just gonna, there's no diff between rolling or not rolling this stage. I'm going to lose a lot of these fights because I'm down to prismatic anyway. So why don't I just sack the rest of this stage and then 5-1 or 5-2 it with the extra gold? We'll see if that's what he wants to do here, just because, I mean, his spot, I mean, we're not going to get too low, honestly, in our spot here. There's an Annie that we can grab on Carousel and get the duplicate of the Annie with our augment. Wait a minute. Okay, and now we're all of a sudden Annie paired. The only problem is, I mean, honestly, Gwynzers is not even that bad of an item for Annie. We know we're going to be getting at least 1 mana gen item, at least 1 tier off of Component Heist. Wait a second. I mean, I think this almost validates the idea of a potential fast 9. If we find 1 more Annie, boom, we're Annie 2. Okay, honestly, this newly buffed efficient shopper, I'm kind of loving it here. I mean, obviously getting, an Annie pair off Carousel is a very, very high case scenario. But I mean, if you lost streak, you can actually guarantee these type of things, which is pretty cool. We do pick up an Ornn as well. Okay. I mean, Ornn, so he is buffed on this patch pretty decently onto his HP and onto his chill. So he's a better unit. I don't know if we can truly fit him on this board, but we will see if Broseph wants to cook anything up here. Considering unlocking Koboko Yumi and playing more towards this Annie type idea here. Okay. I'm ready. I am ready to see where this line goes, Broseph. And I mean, breath of fresh air, being able to play fast 9 again. Last patch, hitting your 3-star 4 cost was fun, but it was a little bit sad. Not ever being able to truly play like fast 9 style stuff. But okay. We're going to move these items over to, wow, look at this. Move these items up to Mundo with the idea that we're going to unlock Ziggs. That's why we want the Koboko Yumi here, so that we can play Koboko Yumi plus Ziggs plus Annie as our cap for this board. Ooh, wait, this is getting kind of spicier. There's the Ziggs. There's the Yumi here. He's going to open sell a lot of this stuff, play towards a little bit of a void board here. We do pick up the Annie too, which is a nice stabilization. We're going to fit, wow, wait, what is this board? 4 Arcanist, and then Annie plus Ziggs dual carry. We gotta pop Anvil. Ooh, I guess we can make JG Nashers, right? Surely, yep, JG Nasher is gonna go there. And then gonna be forced to make Shojin here, which he's just going to, I don't even know where. Oh, he didn't slam the Shojin at all. And then just gonna finish this as what, TG Nashers? No, Steadfast. I don't actually know what the last couple of items he's slamming here. There's a lot going on here, honestly. We're going to roll down here, find a Shiv, find a Ziggs 2, which is huge, with the Gwynsu. Really, really nice the way our items are ending up. Yeah, going to move the Shojin now. This makes a lot of sense. And then Void Staff down to the Ziggs, I guess it must be. He's going to open a Reforge, find Swarmogs. I mean, I guess it's the last tank item, and yeah, Void Staff onto Ziggs. Void really good on both Ziggs and on Annie, honestly. The Ziggs spreads it really well with his bomb, and then the Annie just obviously hits the entire board with it. So both pretty pretty good options there. But all right, this is actually a really cool Fast 9 board. I haven't seen this board before, but yay, 4 Arcanist, 4 Void, Fast 9 board. And then you use the Koboko and the Swayan to kind of bridge the gap traits-wise into everything here. Only thing we're kind of missing is an Invoker here, which I feel like would be really nice to play towards. But yeah, I mean, you get Jug in on this board. You get 3 Long Shot for the Ziggs here onto this board, and you get the defensive Void mod if you really need it for the front line. Though honestly, our Tibbers is going to do a lot here. And yeah, this is our Fast 9 board. All right, Ziggs is back on the menu. Annie is back on the menu. I mean, I love a Fast 9 meta, so I'm excited if we do end up back in Fast 9. We're probably not really going to end up in like true Fast 9 like every game meta. But you know, even if we're in a world where we just go 9 some of the time, I think that is a pretty cool world to be in, especially when, you know, we didn't really have that last patch. We get our last dupe here off of the efficient shopper here. 2, 3, 4, 5 are our carousels where we get that. So not feeling too bad about that. I'm gonna grab a sip of water, actually. What the heck? All right, we back. That's better. That's better. I mean, I think I'm still not completely over my cold. All good, all good. I'm working from home tomorrow. Okay. Ooh, this is actually a really close fight, but the Tibbers clutches it out. What's this board that we're? Oh, it's Dragon Guards board that we fought there. Yeah, just a vertical Demacia Dragon Guards board here. So looking pretty good. Has the Jarvan 3. The Lux 2, the Zillion 2 as well. So a nice kind of level 9 cap out from there. Oh my god. Is this patch? Well, we'll see. We will see. Maybe I shouldn't say anything too early. But like, if this patch is literally just last patch, but level 9 is an option, and like you have level 9 stuff layered onto, you know, like strong 4-cost options, is this going to be? And I'm pretty sure level 7 reroll is going to be kind of like back on the menu type stuff because they buffed level 7 odds. So, you know, maybe we can see some more 3-cost reroll type stuff, which would be cool because there hasn't been very many good 3-cost reroll comps this entire set. It's been kind of desperate to try to play those lines. I mean, I would be. Are we at perfect balance? Yes, we are. Good job, Riot Games. In any case, Broseph also saying good job, Riot Games, because we are clearing the lobby on a 4 streak here, looking to just push 10 and cap the board out. Like I said, with maybe an Invoker, you know, just a random Zillion on this board wouldn't feel too bad. There is, I don't know, other stuff that you can play for. Like, I imagine we can just drop out, you know, Cho'Gath for a Shyvana, and then Kog'Maw. You'd lose you'd lose 4 Arc though. So I guess you'd have to find some way of getting 4 Arcanists back. And I mean, maybe like a Nico and get Defender in some way. I don't know what kind of Defender you'd fit in on this board. Ideally, it would be, ideally it'd be like Silas, but then, you know, like you'd have to unlock Silas, so that's probably a little bit far off of happening. But we'll see if he wants to evolve this board in any way as we do look to push level 10 in this spot, because our top 4 is locked in. I mean, this game might be over soon. We are honestly kind of clear in the lobby with this board. I mean, you love to see it. This board, you know, is something that it would have just been way too hard to do this last patch with the extra 8 gold to push level 9, and the component heist ended up being a really great idea from Broseph to cap out here. All right, Pass the Ball here has a very capped out Yordle board with the Rumble Hero augment with oh my god, with Flicker Blades. Look at that Rumble go with Flicker Blades. Oh my god. Wait, every single rocket he shoots stacked for Flicker Blades. Is that? I mean, I should be VOD reviewing that. I need to go see Pass the Ball's match history. I don't know if that guy streams. If he does, I look you want to VOD review that, because look at that Rumble. All right, so that's a 2 for the price of 1. You get a super secret Rumble Hero augment tech. If you can ever hit Rumble Hero augment with Flicker Blades, that looks just insane. The amount of rockets that guy was shooting was nuts. All right, here we fight another pretty strong, just kind of Ionia board that's capped decently here. We were winning this fight last time just because our front line was too much for the set to get through, and it's a close fight, but we do pick up a win here. And Pass the Ball ends up going down. I kind of wanted to see that board in action one more time just because it looked so crazy, but sadly we cannot. Just gonna grab JG for the Kais. Actually, maybe for Ziggs here, and we are gonna level up here. Fine, random Kindred, Lucian Senna. Just a very nice random in on this board. Oh, and it's gonna be Lucian Senna too. Okay. I mean, yeah, Taric on this board, fine, but not that great. Oh, yeah, and we could just move Gwinsu's down over to the... Oh, actually, Void Staff, yeah. Void Staff onto the Lucent Center here, just because she spreads it nicely onto the board here. All right, makes sense. This will be our cap here. Can't fit anything else on this board here, so we are just going to sit. Hopefully, the Annie plus the Ziggs can burn down the enemy backline. Really nice that they do kind of this double damage, right? You know, Annie hits backline with her burn, and then Ziggs throws the bombs that end up hitting backline, so a really nice kind of synergy there. And a really cool game from Broseph. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video, enjoyed this comp. Let me know how the patch is going for you guys, if it is out for you. If not, I mean, if you're in NA, it'll be out tomorrow morning, so you will have it very, very soon. So let me know how you guys enjoyed the patch. Like, comment, subscribe, check my Twitch and Metafy on the links down below, and I will see you guys in my next video. Thanks for watching, as always.